Well, let me show you in a real brief amount of time what we're doing with connections. And the purpose of this demo is to just reinforce the point that you heard from Danielle, that we're trying to make it easier for you to get your work done. We want to streamline the experience, bring the different applications we have in the connections portfolio into a closer alignment so it looks better, easier for you. And this is my Domino Toy Makers landing page that we had from the first launch back in October, and so it's really cool that we can see some of the stuff that makes kind of what might be your drab previous version of Connections a lot snappier. But like Danielle said, we can go into kind of a personalized experience. So I'm going to go to my personalized page and see what that looks like for me. And this is my Orient Me page, and it has that card motif, which is really nice, and it gets me to be able to focus on the kind of stuff that's important to me. So I have my important to me bar. If you've seen this, I can add people to it, remove people from it. So depending on how I feel about my coworkers at any given time, I can take Mark and bring him over to the good side. And yes, you're welcome, Mark, for that. So, but now I can. It's like my favorites. I can focus on content just right here. Just with a click of a button, I can see what's going on in the HR and benefits community without having to do searching, without having to look at a whole stream of pieces of content to find out what's important to me. And I find out that Chris has posted something important changes regarding life insurance coverage. That's something I need to know, and I can find it right there. The content's pushed to me, and I can filter it really easily. So this is the kind of stuff that we're trying to do for Connections for you to make it a lot easier to get to your content. If I scroll over, I can see where I'm mentioned in different activity streams, but we've just reskimmed the activity stream, so now I can focus a little more clearly on what's going on, get out. You can see it's less text. There are fewer words on there, and there's a bit more visual cues on what's going on, so I'll just post my own demo time status right there, and if I can click. But I can see what's going on in my world, and here's Tony posting something. Let me focus in on that. Tony tells me he's new to the company. He's looking for that marketing video, which I, Darren, have access to. He's meeting his customer tomorrow. He's under NDA. Can I share the video? Well, sure I can, but the thing is that video is in my community that's moderated just for people in marketing like me, and Tony doesn't have access to the community. What can I do? I know I can download the file and email it to Tony. A chorus of boos, right? Now, why would anybody do a crazy thing like that? What I can do is try to share it with him in Connections itself. Here's my my marketing community. Again, I have it in my important to me bar, so I just click and show the content from that marketing community. And once again, it has a better upgraded look and feel. So this looks a lot better. As a community owner, I can do a kind of a better job of pushing content that I want my visitors to the site to see. I can make it more user-friendly. I have some navigation across the top, a nice banner picture, and look right there. It says, "Did you know?" Now it's easy to share a link to a file in Connections. Look for the share link. So even help in using Connections is posted right to the page. So I can share content from Connections even inside a moderated community with someone outside the community, and only the person who has that link can see the file. And that's exactly what I want to do. So let me go find that file in the files in this community. And again, the look and feel is a lot more streamlined, it's a lot better. We're having some similarities across the different applications. There's the file that Tony's talking about, the one that talks about our company. He wants to share with his customer via NDA. And I don't know what that is, but let's just go with it. And let me just create a link. If I can create this link, now it says, oh, that link is created. I copy that link. Now I can share with Tony. Only he has it. Remember, only people with the link can see the file. And then if I ever want to shut that down, Tony doesn't need that link anymore. I can just delete it, delete the link, and now that link doesn't work anymore. I've shared a link to a file that's in a moderated community with someone outside that community. If they were to log on, they would not see any comments. They wouldn't be able to share the file themselves. They only have access to download it. So now we've made it easier to get to the content you want and to share the content you want. So that's one of the things we're doing. Speaking of files, let me go to my files because there's something else I need to do in Connections. I'm working on that marketing brochure, and our graphics department has created some files that we're going to use in the brochure. I need to work on them, but I also need to work on them remotely. I need to take those with me on the plane so I can put those files into the brochure, and I'm not going to be connected while I'm at 30,000 feet, so how can I do that? Again, I can use Connections for that. So this is the page for our files. You can see down the left side, I'm looking at the community files, and I just love the infinite scroll, so no more next, back, next, back. It's a lot easier to find the content I want. In fact, this particular set of files was shared. I know I saw them recently, and Scott Good, who's our graphics designer, shared me the files, so I can just type Scott and find, yep, files by Scott, and there they are. Those are the files that Scott shared with me. Look how easy it is to get to those files. What we're trying to do, again, is to make the look and feel consistent across applications, to make it easier for you to get to the content you want. So here's the little sparklers one. I can drag that into my drive, and then now it's that content's on my drive. It's synced down to my folder. I turned off the notifications so you wouldn't see text from my kids or anybody else as I'm doing the demo. So now it's synced down to my hard drive, and I can take that with me on the plane. So again, it's really easy to get to my content, and it's really easy to take that content with me if I need to share it with other people if I need to. So you can see the consistent theme, the drumbeat, is we're improving the experience, and we're making it easier for you to get to your content. Danielle talked about the Communities catalog. That's another place where we're trying to change the look and feel to make it a little more accessible to you, a little more updated, again, consistent across the experience. Here's my community catalog. I like this better than the text-full list of applications. Yay, community catalog. It's really good. There's a lot of things I can do right here in the catalog. By the way, I land on the recently visited. I can sort by ascending or descending. I can find content I want. Where do I get those pay stubs? Where is that? Now I can find it just by typing pay stub in the search. It drills down. How does it know? Because this community is called Payroll Services. But you can see now we're looking in the tags, and we're looking at the description of the community. If you were to look here close, you can see that if I were to be able to do this. I went to the community. I was trying to maximize it. But you can see how we're getting to, we're able to see the information just by doing a search in our communities in the community catalog. So let me go back to that catalog. There we go. So those are the communities that I can see if I'm on the Discover page. Boy, oh, there's a little hint there. Something that's coming. You shouldn't see that. But this is all the stuff that's available to me in the catalog. Once again, infinite scrolling. So as I scroll down, I see more and more stuff. And but we're also allowing you to bring out that sidebar that we used to have forced on you, all that text on the left side. What if I want to see that content? Now I can search more easily on content that's important to me, and find a tag. Let's see, I type future. So we're all about the future here. Now I can find the content that my communities that are in the future, and once again, you see we can drill down in a number of different ways to get you your content there. I'll do it from my communities page. There's my Connections future page. Because it is all about the future. You've heard that we're trying to increase our conversation with you. So if I go to that Connections futures page, we'll see, how about if I do a real click? I go to that page, we can see that there's different ways for us to connect with you. What we're trying to do, again, is have that conversation. So let's connect. There's lots of stuff that we have going, and I'm going to leave that URL right up there for you. I only had a short amount of time to show what we're doing in Connections. So the rest of the stuff, this is my teaser to come to the booth. You'll see all this on mobile device, and you'll be able to experience it yourself more with hands-on at our booth, and then we have, as we talked about, sessions throughout the week, even including Friday. Another plug for Friday, if you can stay that long. Really appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you the rest of the conference.